guys.
George, how does it feel to win a championship after last year's early tournament exit?
I don't think it's really set in yet. It's almost too big of a goal to really look at, even when you say you want to win it. I don't think we know what that means. And I think it's going to take days and weeks to set in, but it's unbelievable. It's euphoric. I mean, it makes everything worth it. Everything was worth it before, but there's no words.
What's going through your head as you're kind of running the jumps for that ball?
Honestly, I don't even know what's going through my head. I'm still at a loss of words right now, but, before the game, I wanted to be able to start on the front foot and, to be able to help my team. And when I ran onto that ball, I just thought about scoring. And so I'm glad it happened.
George, how nice is it to get such an early lead against a defense?
It's fantastic. When you got this guy, there's always danger. So speedy back there or up there. But we weren't able to score the first goal in a lot of games. So we were always 0-0, even going down 1-0 when we didn't deserve it. But sometimes the ball bounces your way. And like I said, this guy's there to clean it up. And that's what we work for every day in training. So it's fantastic. Takes pressure off a little bit. Much easier than much easier than Friday night.
George, what do you think contributed to Clemson's defensive success today?
Experienced guys who love each other and are willing to work for each other. You got a group of guys there that for 2 seasons have been together, but you look at me, Oscar, and Charlie, and that's 3-4 years of living together, spending day in, day out, training to the good moments and bad moments. That's a lot of love right there. So.
Anything else? We've got one question on Zoom. Trevor Groves, go ahead and unmute your line.
Hey, Isaiah. Congratulations to both of you guys. Isaiah, you scored just 1 goal in the last 14 games, and that was over a month ago. And I know you play the defense a bunch, but just how cool and special was it to have the game you had as South Carolina native in the national championship?
Yeah, it was extremely special. I hadn't scored, much in 14 games, but I didn't let that deter me away from, trying to help out the team and trying to score goals for the team. And, my team supported me, and it just feels really good to get off the mark and score 2 goals and help my team win the Natty.
And George, 2 questions. First, are you going to have to keep that mustache forever now?
That is going to be shaved probably as soon as I get back to the locker room. It's not efficient. It's not comfortable. But it does help me save the ball. So I'm grateful for that. But no, I don't think in the run of natural life, it's going to help me out too much with the ladies or with comfort. So it's going to be gone probably by the time we go to the bus.
Okay. And more seriously, did you just feel like you're in the zone in that second half of the Notre Dame game? I mean, you came up with some tremendous saves and three PK saves or 3 saves in your last 2 PKs.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were playing free out there. Coach talks about it a lot, playing free. And I think at the end of the day, when you're playing for something bigger than yourself, playing for an entire program, everyone who's tried to make this happen over the last 34 years, you can forgo the pressure and the hard things. And I think in the second half of that Notre Dame game, that's probably like I kind of banged myself up in the first half of that game, and I wasn't feeling very good. But what got me through is my love for these guys. And at the end of the day, I got to serve them the best as possible. And I was able to do my job just like Isaiah did his job today. And that's what it's about, playing your role to the best of your ability.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Coach went with Trevor in the PKs against Marshall in the tournament last year. How much did it mean to you to be able to come through in both of those PKs in the last 2 games?
Like I said, it's about playing your role. So those years that wasn't my role. And I was disappointed that I didn't put myself in a place to help the team. But in this moment, it doesn't really seem like that matters that much. Feels pretty good being here right now. And I think Clemson Tigers National Champions has a pretty good ring to it. So I think everything happened exactly how it was supposed to happen. And like I said, I played my role pretty well this year, I think. So
thanks, guys.
We've got time for one more from Lawton Swan. Lawton, go ahead, unmute your line.
Hey, Isaiah, I know you've loved this sport a long time, just as you kind of put it all together today for this team. I mean, what's it mean to you, and just thinking about your career as a whole?
For what it means to me is I just love this team so much. We have a family environment, and I would do anything for this team. These guys are my brothers, and it just feels really good, to be able to contribute And, for my career, I'm just going to keep building off of it and, keep trying to improve as a player. So.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Congratulations.
Go Tigers. Ask this guy the tough questions.
Why'd you take George out?
Ask now. Thanks, everybody.
Yes.
We have head coach Mike Noonan here. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
You would start us off with an opening statement, then we'll open it up for questions.
Well, again, thank you to the NCAA putting on a fantastic tournament. Fantastic team that we played today, as we did on Friday night in Notre Dame, but Washington was terrific. I'll say this, the 4 teams that represented the College Cup this year are high character, high talent teams. And I'm just overjoyed that, the ball bounced our way and we're the national champions. But I take my hat off to Jamie at Washington and Chad at Notre Dame and Brian at Georgetown, because they're class acts and their teams are classy as well.
Questions?
Coach, you've been a part of the soccer world for a long time. Where does this moment rank for you?
Let me think about that for a second. It's at the top. It's at the top. No, there's no, the funny story is my brother won it with Duke back in 82 or 83. And when I took the job at Clemson, he waves his ring in my face at Christmas time all the time. And I told him, I'm going to Clemson and you're not going to be the only one with the ring. And 12 years later, it's true.
You talked a lot about your team's resilience getting to this point. How do you think that played into the defensive performance and hold on once again?
Yeah, we knew going into the season, after what we lost in the attacking side of the team to the MLS, that we were going to have to rely defensively, and that's where our experience was, right? So that was something that we worked on, but we also didn't want to sacrifice the way that we play. And the way that we played today showed it. It's a possession-oriented, pretty attractive style. And I think that, but we knew that our experience was in the back. And, when Justin decided to come back and play this year, George Marks doesn't get enough credit, right? He's the hero of the tournament, but throughout the course of the entire year, not only what he did on the field, but what he and James Brighton, our 2 captains, and Oscar Ogren did from a leadership standpoint. But yeah, defensively, that's where we hung our hat at the beginning of the year. And we wound up scoring 51 goals, so we didn't do too bad on that end either.
You scored the 2 early goals. How much of your plan going into the game was attacking early?
Well, you just have to take your moments, don't you? And they can happen in the first minute of the game. It can happen in the 94th minute of the game. And when the moments come, you've got to be prepared. And I think that's the best thing about the team. We told them that they needed to focus. And as George alluded to, we told them they needed to play free. And we told them they needed to have fun. Those are the 3 words I gave them going into the game. And one of our core values is we play a game, right? And play a game to have fun. And I think the guys had some fun today. They played free and they were focused and ready to take their moments.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about, of course, you harped on experience of your team, but getting to this tournament, not only having a lot of tough opponents, but also having a few long games, 2 games going into penalty kicks. Can you talk about how special it is to win a championship going through that long road and finally closing out today?
Yeah, well, I'll be honest with you. The ACC prepares us for that, right? Every game in the ACC is a tough game, like playing Washington or like playing Oregon State on the road or playing Kentucky, right? And that's what the ACC is filled with, top to bottom. So the preparation that we have for the year really helped us. And again, at the end of the day, it's not who we play, it's how we play. And that's what we talk about. If we do Clemson the way that we need to do Clemson, we don't care who we play. Yeah.
Coach, what areas of this team's season-long development led to this championship run?
Well, it changed a lot, didn't it? There were a couple big injuries, so we had to shift and pivot a little bit. But yeah, I think it was built, over the course of the last couple of years. It wasn't just the course of the season. The 10 seniors, have faced some bitter disappointments, and you talk about their resilience, right? But it's more than that. It's just that they just stayed at it, and through those disappointments grew strength. And we had some, we lost to Notre Dame, we lost to Pittsburgh, 2 tough losses. We lost to Greensboro, so we lost, I think, 3 or 4 games at one point in the season. And the highs can't be too high and the lows can't be too low. We knew we were a very good team, and it's a coaching cliche, right? Losing teaches you more than winning. And at that point, we were ready. And when we came to the tournament, this team was tough. I mean, tough, and they showed it throughout the tournament.
Got a question on Zoom from Trevor Groves. Go ahead, Trevor.
Hey, Coach, congratulations. I know Isaiah plays defense a lot, but he scored just 1 goal in the last 14 games, and that was over a month ago. How cool was it for him, a South Carolina native, to be one of the heroes today?
Yeah, it was great. It's a dream come true. One of our championships here, we won the ACC championship in 2014, and R.R. McKinney, who was from Clemson, South Carolina, scored the winner. So to have South Carolinians score winners for Clemson in championship games is what Clemson's all about, right? And that's I'm so proud of Isaiah because there were some injuries involved there during those games, and he's playing out of position because we've had to shift things, and he just stayed at it. And as George alluded to and Isaiah said, everybody just had to do their job. But it's the love that intertwined the whole team together, and it's a lot of fun tonight.
Mike, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Great, thanks everybody. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations.